Skyrim's intro makes no sense. I'm far from the first person to make this claim, nor will I be the last, but the thing I find most frustrating is it just needs a few slight changes to actually make sense. Before getting into it, this video isn't about how well the general Skyrim intro works for replayability, how entertaining it is or isn't, etc., and all that sort of general setup stuff. There are plenty of videos on YouTube that have critiqued those aspects of Skyrim and even rewritten the intro entirely as far as the setup and scenario, far better than I ever could. This video is about what I would have proposed if I were in the Bethesda writing room when this game was being made to have it all fit together a little bit better, while not changing it too drastically. If it's been a while and your memory of Skyrim, especially the intro, is rusty, here's a brief refresher of what I'm talking about. Ulfric was captured by an Imperial ambush at Darkwater Crossing, which you were caught up in while trying to get into Skyrim from Cyrodiil, and this intro cutscene sees us riding into the southeast entrance at Helgen rather than the northeast one, and just none of this geographically makes any sense at all. Darkwater Crossing isn't just northeast of Helgen instead of southeast, but it's very much not on the Imperial border whatsoever. It's well inside Skyrim, Eastmarch no less, which is the hold of the leader of the rebellion himself, Ulfric. I mean, how could you have been wrapped up in an ambush at Darkwater Crossing while trying to cross the border from Cyrodiil if the border with Cyrodiil is over an entire hold away? And why would they get to Helgen from the southeast coming from Darkwater Crossing? It's not just confusing, but it's quite literally impossible. So here's what I would change to make this work with minimal adjustments to the setup as a whole. The Imperials launch an ambitious ambush and somehow capture Ulfric at Darkwater Crossing, which, being so deep within Stormcloak territory, helps sort of justify maybe how they were able to catch Ulfric off guard, as he wouldn't have been expecting it. And given the geography of Skyrim, they will decide to go south into Cyrodiil and back around to Helgen rather than take the northern route for a few reasons. The southern route crosses right by the Reach Imperial camp and partially goes through Imperial territory in Cyrodiil before reaching Falkreath Hold, which of course is friendly to the Imperials, whereas the northern route passes by the Whiterun Stormcloak camp, would bring them closer to Windhelm than the southern route, and would pass through only either hostile or neutral territory. Again, keep in mind, at this point in the war, Whiterun is neutral, before reaching Falkreath Hold or any other friendly spots. Once the group reaches the border back into Skyrim, they pass by your NPC and arrest them, as they aren't allowing any witnesses to such a top-secret operation of transporting Ulfric Stormcloak himself. And obviously you were crossing the border for whatever unspecified reason, which you can make up for, but they don't really care. And this setup gives players much more freedom in the storytelling with the characters they create, as you don't have to necessarily roleplay a character that was already traveling with, Ulfric and the Stormcloaks themselves, or was with that thief guy or anything like that. All these changes also require no new characters to be made, no new cutscenes or anything like that, but simply some rewriting and recasting of the voices for the new lines. It still preserves Ulfric being trapped and captured at Darkwater Crossing, the group then immediately traveling towards Helgen once they've captured him, the player getting wrapped up in it somehow and taken prisoner as well, and the group coming to Helgen in the intro cutscene from the southeast entrance, while adding just some better acknowledgement of Skyrim's geography to have it all actually make sense. So yeah, that's going to do it for today's video. Love you all and take care.